Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is it really true? Is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show. Everyone and anyone who knows me knows I am the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smartass than a dumbass. Because 33 years ago, guys, I was a dumbass. But today, 33 years later, through the grace of God, I can honestly say now I'm a smartass. And yes, the word ass is in the Bible at least 40 times, and it means donkey, and that's what I was. I'm saying all that to say this. There are a lot of people out there still struggling. I want everyone to know someone is listening. I'm a nutritional health coach. I'm also a recovery coach. All my services to you are free. Please, please reach out. If you think my book can help someone, because I sure do, you can go right to Simon & Schuster's bookstore, Archway Publishing, BAM, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and you can go to my website, www.geripetito.com, and please subscribe to the Geri Petito Show YouTube channel. And guys, listen, if you truly, truly, truly cannot afford my book, please, please reach out to me about that as well. I'm here to help you. Also, my book is now on audio, and you can get that through my website. My producer, Ruben, here is now doing audio books. So if you want your book in audio with your voice, because I could have had Simon & Schuster do mine, but I want it to be my voice, not someone else telling my story. So if you want to tell your story with your voice, reach out to me, and I'll hook you up with Ruben. Okay, guys? And he's not crazy overpriced either. So now, before I introduce my really cool guest who I absolutely love, I want to give a shout out to one of my sponsors today. There's a reason I'm only mentioning Paula. Ablaze Entertainment is proud to present Christmas for a Cause, helping all the victims of Hurricane Helene that devastated and destroyed over, I can't tell you how many countries within North and South, counties within North and South Carolina, okay, as well as East Tennessee, guys. Okay, the aid is in providing relief for those impacted by such a vicious storm. She's got sponsorship packages, donations, Christmas for a Cause are in need of clothing, non-perishable food, water, medical supplies, phones, toiletries, prepaid gift cards. If you'd like to donate any of these items, please send it to the address 2416 Music Valley Drive, Nashville, Tennessee, 37214. Attention, LaDonna. And you can reach out to me and I can give you that address again. Okay, guys? They also have a donation box on their ticket page of Eventbrite. Okay, you can donate there, www.eventbrite.com. Christmas for a Cause tickets you could buy. You can register at info.christmasforacause@gmail.com or www.ablazeentertainment.net. And the show is going to have a lot of incredible entertainers, including my guest here today, all right, who's amazing. And about the cause, again, Christmas for a Cause was created for one reason, to help all those impacted by Hurricane Helene. So guys, please, please, if you find it in your heart to donate, please, you could get in touch with me. You could, if you heard what I said and wrote it down, or you could just reach out to me and I'll give you the information again, okay? So now, back to my incredible guest. This is not the first time he's been on the Geri Petito Show. I absolutely, absolutely love this kid. Ryan O'Neal. I call him a kid. That's okay. I'm old. Ryan O'Neal, say hello to everyone.
Hey everybody, hey Jerry, thanks for having me today. I'm so excited to be here.
I am so excited to have you back. So how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing so well. I'm doing all kinds of things these days. I'm performing and writing music and recording and getting stuff ready for the whole world to hear. It's so exciting.
So now let's start. How old are you?
23.
Okay. So now I'm going to ask you a couple questions first. We have three of your amazing songs we're going to be playing as well. So you're 23 years old, okay? So who were some of your musical influences growing up?
Growing up, I would like to say that some of my influences started with Toby Keith,
Okay.
Trace Adkins, Alan Jackson, and I've always been a fan of Dolly Parton and Reba and Carrie Underwood. I kind of grew up, in listening to Carrie Underwood and Taylor Swift and Trace Adkins, and it's it's very exciting to see where they've all landed now, and all the great things that they're doing.
You're right. So now you know I've got to ask. So what'd you think of Elvis, baby? Come on.
Oh, we love Elvis. We love
Okay.
Elvis.
Love Elvis, okay? So, um, Elvis just smiled down at you, okay? So now, all right, about how many songs have you written?
uh, Recently, like in the last
No,
year,
no,
or all?
like, well, both. Tell me in the last year and total, like about.
Well, I always kind of dabbled with songwriting as a kid, so uh, as my earlier years, I've probably written four or five. It
Okay.
was not a whole lot, but in the last year, I think we've definitely crossed over 25 songs, maybe
Very
more than
cool.
that.
That's very cool. So, all right, I'm going to ask you a silly question because I'm a poet. I'm also a writer, so I like asking writers these questions. So, what comes first for you as as a musician, as a singer? And it's probably both, but more. What comes more for you, the words or the lyrics first?
Well, it really depends on the
Okay.
song. For me, I don't think that it's ever the same.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll get a phrase and I'll say, okay, let's sit down and try to find um, a melody or what chords kind of go with the idea of the phrase. Sad song, happy song. Sometimes I just sit down and go line by line, and the whole song comes to me. And other times it start with a melody and kind of see where things go.
Okay. So, because I know for me, I have to have the idea in my head first normally, like what I want it to be about, because I don't put music to it, you know? But I remember a few times I had to actually pull over on the road, and I keep a pen and pad with me. I do things still writing, you know? And
Hmm.
all of a sudden, words just popped into my head, and I was like, okay, I have to remember this, and I would pull over and write it down. But for the most part, for me, I come up with a subject matter first and then write about it. So I like asking musicians what comes first for them. So thank you
Yeah,
for that. Okay. Um, okay. So now, are you considered more like modern pop,
I would say I'm more country pop.
country pop? Okay.
Um, yeah, I like a little bit of the twang, and I like the message that's in country music. I feel like it's very authentic, and I feel that I identify with that. Um, so I like to have the country twang, um, with a little bit of pop sound, because I'm from Detroit, so I don't
Okay.
have a lot of the southern drawl in my voice, but I've got um, you know range.
Okay. You have range. That's right. Um, so okay. Now, what started you on this journey? I don't mean by other artists. I mean you personally. How old were you when you really got started on this? What started your journey?
Well, initially, I played in drums in the church band back in my younger days, and that's kind of where I found my love for music. And from there, I've just kind of always had the interest. And I started kind of singing and trying karaoke and just singing in the shower, and all, just like anybody else would. And I was on my senior trip in high school, and I was on a cruise, and I just wanted to karaoke one night. I had never done it in front of a crowd ever, and I performed, did a song. I did not know that night it was a competition, and that night I had won the competition to go play with the live band the final night of the cruise for the whole ship to see.
So cool.
Sure enough, that night was the final competition, and I won that as well. And I remember distinctly one of the judges saying to me, if this isn't your career, it's something you really should consider doing. And from there, I just kind of started doing competitions, singing the anthem at sporting events locally, at schools, and um, any opportunity I could get, I wanted to be in front of people. The more I did it, the more I really like doing it.
So, okay. So now, when you write your songs, okay, are most of them, well, I don't want to say sad, but like, are most of them like love songs about like breakups and all that, or are most of them happy? Like,
Um, it, I think I have a good variation
okay,
between all those. Um, I do find myself writing more ballads.
okay,
I That's typically what I like to listen to, so I have an easier time doing that. Um, so yeah, and that can be a mix of both sad emotions and happy emotions. So really, yeah, I've got a balance of a little bit of everything in my
okay.
catalog.
So then let me ask you this. From the last time we did this interview together, what's happened? Tell me some cool things that's happened since.
Well, since the last time we did our interview, I got the chance to play during CRS week back in, I believe it was the end of February in Nashville, and I got to play a couple great venues there. Then we had CMA Fest. I've done some local festivals here at home, including a backwoods festival for like a side by side ride out. I did Arts Beats and Eats, which is a huge festival here in Detroit, and most recently now Harvest Fest. Um, we've been all over the map. So, and by we I mean me and my band, of course. But it's been so much fun, and I can't do it without all of them, and without Paula and Ablaze, it and all of my fans.
Oh, absolutely. You know, let's give another shout out to Paula. Paula introduced us a while ago. I love you, Paula Ann from Ablaze Entertainment, and I'm also sponsoring her show with the Christmas thing. So, guys, really, seriously, reach out to me, okay? Maybe we could do some donations here. But Paula
Yes,
Ann's so cool. But so you're going to be singing on the Christmas show, right?
I sure will.
Okay. So, are you going to be singing Christmas songs?
Yes, yep. I'm gonna do Christmas songs. Yep.
Did you write any Christmas songs?
I have not that I'm gonna be singing
Okay.
at that event. Not yet.
Okay, but you're going to be singing Christmas songs we all know.
Absolutely.
Okay, very cool. So now, this is, I don't know if you can answer this question either because I couldn't answer this if someone asked me this about my poems. Do you have a favorite song of yours that you've written?
Ooh, that's a really good question. My favorite song that I've written. I can tell you my favorite one that I've put out so
Okay,
far.
okay,
So let's start there. Fly, which was the first song I put out. That's probably one of my favorite ones. I didn't realize at first um, how much feedback I was going to end up getting on that song from the fans out there, and now going to shows and playing it live. Most recently, this last festival, Detroit Harvest Fest, I was performing it, and there were people singing the words back to
oh
me.
my gosh, how incredible is that?
I can't explain that feeling, and to see it move the emotions in people. There's one lady crying; she was in tears in front of me, and I was like, "Wow, this song is doing more than I ever thought
Okay,
it was gonna do." So that was a real big turning point for me. I think that's changed me. That's changed me.
and it should have, in a great way, because that means so much. Okay, someone,
Hmm.
um, this couple singers, they surprised me. They didn't even ask me anything, nothing. I didn't know they were doing it. They took one of my poems and made it a song and sent it to me. And I was like,
Oh,
"What?" So I could kind of imagine what you were feeling. That's amazing. But can you imagine at your age being there and they're singing your song to you?
I I can't even describe it. I mean, it was
Okay?
just that compelling. It was
Okay.
amazing. It was
Um,
amazing.
let's tell everyone now, and we'll do it again later, how they can get in touch with you, reach out to you, hire you, blah blah blah. Let's so we don't forget that.
Yeah. First things first, social media is the biggest, easiest way to reach out to me and my team. You can find me on all platforms at I'm Ryan O'Neill. That's RyanOneIll. So a lot of different spellings for that. So I'm
Yes.
Ryan O'Neill, and you can go to my contact page on my website, I'mRyanO'Neill.com, and right there you can submit a request, reach out to us. So
So now your band. Tell us a little bit about your band.
yeah, we've got a really cool dynamic. So believe it or not, my one of my guitar players is actually my brother.
Oh, that's cool.
Super cool. And then I've got my bass player is her name's Brianna Jeanette, we're currently together. And then I've got
Wait,
another
wait. You
guitar
said that a
player.
little
Oh,
quickly. What did you just say? Currently together?
we're together.
You mean like
Yeah,
boyfriend, girlfriend?
Yep.
So let me get this straight. So your brother is the guitar player. Now your girlfriend. All right, come on. Keep going.
And then we've got another guitar player. His name is Luke, and he's one of our newer members. But he's an amazing guitarist. And then we've actually got a little opening for our drummer right now. So we're kind of between people depending on
Oh,
shows and where
okay.
we're playing.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay, so now do
but
you have a name of the band or
that's just my name. It's
okay.
just we go by my name, and that they support me in all my songs,
That's great.
and they're so generous and caring and willing to do whatever it takes, to play these shows and travel. And I can't express how much I thank them and appreciate everything that they do.
That's beautiful. Okay. So now one more song, one more question before we play one of your songs. Um so out of everyone that you've mentioned that has influenced you in the music industry, okay? And this might be tough to answer as well. Do you have a favorite song growing up that still stays with you today?
Favorite song? Hmm. I think there is. I've always enjoyed um, this one ballad, believe it or not, and that is "Bless the Broken Road"
Oh,
by
that's
Rascal Flatts.
beautiful. What are you kidding me? Yes.
That's probably one of my favorite
Okay.
songs. I think that song just kind of ties it all together. It's got the country, it's got a little bit of the
Yeah.
ballad feel, it's got the heavy piano. It's
Yeah.
just, I think, one of the most beautiful songs ever written. And when they play it, sing it, it's just an amazing. I can't explain the feeling I get from
It's
it.
amazing.
It's an amazing thing.
Yeah, Rascal Flatts. Kidding me? Wait, one more question. So, do you play instruments?
I do.
What do you
I
play?
do. Well, I've started on the drums, so I've got a little percussion background. I play a little bit on the piano, enough to get by.
Okay.
And then I also play guitar.
Okay, very cool. So now I think we're going to surprise everyone with this incredible song. We're going to play one of your songs and then you're going to tell us about it, okay?
Sounds
Here
great.
we go, guys. Not that one.
Found myself in a whole new town, bounded by people that ain't around. But here I am making my own moves. It's time that I sing some new tunes. Lost some friends and family. They couldn't see what I could be. Now that I have the room to breathe, I found a place where I feel free. It's hard to do it sometimes. Wheels up on a tide. Thought I'd try Detroit and Austin. At times I feel like the lost one. The hurt that I was going through can't outshine, cause I feel brand new. Thought I'd try New York, then LA, but I found myself a new way to get through the pain I was going through. Looking myself in the rear view. just can't carry. Feeling love for the first time makes it hard to draw the line. Moving on ain't easy, easy when you just can't see me. Found myself some room to breathe in that place where I am free. It's time to take off the training wheels, carry myself and just be real. Thought I tried Detroit, then Austin. At times I feel like a lost one. The hurt that I was going through, can I shine 'cause I feel brand new. Thought I tried New York, then LA, but I found myself a new way to get through the pain I was going through. Look at myself in the rear view. Nashville is a place I'm gonna try. Gotta spread my wings and fly. Thought I tried Detroit and Austin. At times I feel like the lost one. The hurt that I was going through, can I shine 'cause I feel brand new. Thought I tried New York and LA, but I found myself a new way to get through the pain I was going through. Look at myself in the rear view. Nashville is a place I'm gonna try. You know that Nashville is a place I'm gonna try. I'm spreading my wings and fly. Spread my wings and fly.
Absolutely beautiful. Come on, Ryan, tell us about that song.
That's the one. That's the one I was singing when that lady was crying. Oh my gosh. Um, Fly was the first song I've ever written after working with, Paula and Ablaze. And I remember leaving Nashville for the first time. And I was talking to my aunt and I said, this place just feels, it kind of feels like home, like it could be home.
Okay.
And, with the background of music and so many musicians, and Nashville's just a special place. And I was sitting at the airport and I remember my aunt saying to me, "You've maybe it's time to spread your wings." And I said, spread my wings." Then, while I'm at the airport, of course, it was during the period where Canada was having some serious, nasty wildfires, and so my flight was delayed, and I was sitting in the food court for about an hour, and all of a sudden, this melody came to me, and I start writing, do a voice memo real quick, trying to be quiet because like there's so many people, and I sat down and wrote that song within 45 minutes, and I didn't have to make any changes to it from the moment I wrote it to the moment we cut it.
Wow.
And it's it the feedback, the response from everybody has just been incredible, and that song I think has really kind of set the pace for where we're headed next. So
That's absolutely beautiful. Wow. I can, wow, I can imagine it. And I can imagine sitting there in the airport and doing that. I mean,
yeah,
you're an artist. It's inside of you. So it doesn't matter where you are. If it happens,
y-
it's got to happen.
yeah, and I really hope that the people who are listening to that song today or in the future, go ahead and stream it wherever you listen to music. I really hope that the message you take away is don't be afraid to take the next step.
Right.
Don't be afraid to chase your dreams or to do whatever you need to do. I mean, life is so short and you've got one shot. I'll never forget this quote somebody said to me. We're all living life for the first time.
Phew. Amazing.
So do what you want to do. Do what you're meant to do. So that's my word of advice. That's my message.
All right. So, you know what? I'm going to read this poem now. I was going to wait. Based on what you just said, I have to read it now. Okay?
Okay.
I feel the same way you do about
Yeah.
everything in life. I've been this person my whole life. I drove my parents crazy. Okay? My brother was the real calm one. He did the normal good jobs, made the money. I was the crazy one doing all this crazy stuff. Went to art school in 79 in New York, drew naked people. My nonna saw my portfolio and was screaming in Italian, pointing to the penises and the boobs, okay? So yeah, right, all right? So you know, but I I'm going to read this poem now because of what you just said. You know, you guys have one life to live and do it. Whatever makes you happy, as long as you're not hurting anyone else, please fulfill your dreams, like he's saying. All right? So, this poem is called Utilizing Gifts and Talents. Okay, because we all have them. And when I wrote this, I was thinking about people who feel like they have nothing to offer. Everyone has something to offer, right, Ryan?
Yes.
So, I hope you heard what this gentleman said, and now I hope you listen to the words of this poem. Utilizing gifts and talents. We are born with talents, we are born with drive, with different gifts to help us thrive. I knew early on I was born to draw and paint, to also write poetry, and to talk without restraint. Our gifts and talents should all be used, God's gift to us not be abused. We can go far in life for sure using our gifts to go on tour. All our talents should be used to create ourselves and more, but then our job's to share them, to even up the score. You see, in life, what's needed is not just for ourselves. Once our gifts are mastered, take them off the shelves. A living we can make by spreading them around, not just for the money, but to spread a peaceful sound. Don't take for granted the gifts you're given. Go out and spread the joy. Our gifts are not to be held back for us to self-destroy. Put your efforts forth. Do not hesitate. All your talents, my friend, are never second rate. Never hold them back or you will surely die. Maybe not in body, but your soul will cry. Our gifts were made to share, our talents made to soar. Go through life enlightened, and then you can roar. Be proud of who you are. Be happy you're alive. Once again, my friend, your gifts will help you thrive. By putting efforts forth, not keeping them at bay, your name, Ryan O'Neal, baby, will live forever, forever and a day. So go through life excited for what you sure can give. To yourself and others is our reason to live. Our grave will be quite lonely, but our legacy lives on. So make sure people smile with the breaking dawn. And Ryan, that's what you're doing, honey. And, you know, you told the story about that woman singing your words and then crying. You are doing that to people. Okay, never, ever, ever stop, okay? Amazing,
Yes.
amazing, amazing. So,
Um,
what? Go ahead, talk, and then we'll play another song. Go ahead.
I just want to say that was beautiful. That was a beautiful
Oh,
poem, and now it's easier to do any of this, following your dreams, singing, any of your talents. It's easier to get it out there now than it has ever been. So take that for what you will.
and well, elaborate a little bit. Tell everybody why you feel that way.
Well, we've got technology
That's
at our
right.
fingertips. I mean, the internet's our oyster. I mean, there is no limit to success anymore. I mean, and for anyone to know your name, I mean, it's so simple to do. So I encourage everybody out there, if you've got a talent or a dream you're chasing, just do it. Just do it.
Beautiful, perfect. Okay, producer, let's play one of his songs.
Old Jack's had my back long as I can recall. And those days been my getaway when the day goes wrong. Bacardi starts my party when the blues start creeping in. Well, I've got to pay respects to the best that's ever been. Oh, here's to beer and the joy it always brings. Making brothers out of strangers, drink by drink. From frosted mugs and solo cups and bottles full of cheer, raising up, all here's to beer. appreciated, celebrated everywhere you go. Makes everyone feel welcome and right at home. It turns fives into tens, giving guys like me a chance. Well, I'm 10 feet tall and bulletproof when I've got one in my hands. Oh, here's to beer and the joy it always brings, making brothers out of strangers, drink by drink. From Boston mug and solo cups and bottles full of cheer is love. All here's to beer. My best friend since I've turned 21, drinking life way more fun. Oh, here's to beer and the joy it always brings, making brothers out of strangers, drink by drink. From frosted mugs and solo cups and bottles full of cheer is love. All here's to beer. And I said from frosted mugs and solo cups and bottles full of cheer is love. All here's to beer. Here's to beer. Y'all gonna drink that?
First of all, that's my crazy producer, Ruben. He's in his 40s, late 40s, and he's never had a sip of alcohol, never took a toke from a joint, nothing. The guy, listen, so take it from there. Use your imagination. He is as good could be, all right? So he's back there jamming to your music. He loves it.
Oh, amazing. I love it. That's probably one of my favorite songs that we've done so far. It was so much fun to cut that one.
So tell us about that one. Come on.
Yeah, so well, on that, piggybacking off of what I just said there, I remember when we were in the studio, we were kind of deciding beforehand what songs we were going to do, and I said, why don't we put that one out? Why don't we end up cutting that and put that song out there so people have something cool to listen to, and they're on the boat or having a party. It's one of those fun spirited songs, and I feel like most people who consume alcohol can relate.
Yes.
There's been everything there to get you through whatever you've been going through, but there's nothing truer than beer. But yeah, that was one of my favorite ones. It was so much fun when we cut it in the studio. Uh, we sent someone out to go grab some beers for everybody. So while we were in the
Oh,
studio
that's
doing the
so
song,
funny.
everybody had a little something to raise up for here's the beer.
That's so funny. So, all
Uh,
right. So, I have a question for you. So, if I was dating a singer songwriter, I
mhm.
would want to give him my 2 cents constantly on songs. Does she ever want, like, to give you some ideas?
We stay pretty professional about a lot of that stuff, but I do always listen to everyone's opinion and then decide for my own, and
Okay.
based on our plan, um, what is going to be best. But it is always cool to hear other people's ideas and maybe kind of piggyback off them and build, because that's really two or three minds is better than one. So
Right, right.
um, yeah,
And to get different ideas.
yeah, absolutely.
So, all right. So now I know the kind of music you like, and I know the kind of music you sing. Did you ever like any of the old rock and roll, like the real oldies?
I did. So as far as my music background goes, I'm pretty diverse in
Okay.
terms of what I used to listen to as a kid. Because I think everybody in my family has a different taste in music.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
my grandfather, who I spent a lot of time with as a kid, he always really liked like the old 50s and 60s songs. So the old, Buddy Holly and Elvis and Mickey Valley. I mean, all of those guys.
Yes, yes.
And it was So that was kind of one dynamic to kind of pick from. And then my grandma was always very much so into gospel music, um, which I love to sing and play as well. Um, and then my mom was always big into country and pop, and my dad was always into like 70s and 80s rock.
I was going there
So
next. I was going there next because okay, so I don't care. I tell my age. I'm 63. I was born in 61, and a lot of the songs that I love came out in 60, 61, 62. Like I always say, I was born too late. Okay, I'm an oldies Elvis and doo-wop girl, but you can't take the rock out of me either from the 70s and 80s and 90s. You can't. You know, I've been to Led Zeppelin concerts and Genesis and Foghat and Foreigner, all of it. I loved it. So, your dad, what was one of his favorite bands back then? Do you know?
I think my dad always liked he always liked like Iron Maiden and Metallica
Okay.
and stuff like that. My mom was more like the Eagles.
Okay.
Uh, so and so I mean, I like a little bit.
You like a little bit of everything. So wait, Ruben, I'm not hearing him. Hold on a minute. Say something, Ryan.
I'm speaking.
There you go. Now I can hear you.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
There you
I
go.
was just saying I like a little bit of everything. A little
Right.
pop, rock, country. Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. So, do you have any ideas about another song that's going to be coming up that you want to write about?
Ooh, I've always wanted to do an some song or an album about roots and kind of about where you came from, how you got there, the things that are most important in life. Because I think that's gonna kind of build up and branch out my career. So I'd like to start at home, put some songs together about what life has been like and the things to appreciate, and then kind of see where the road takes us from there.
So that's pretty cool, Ryan. Okay. Um, because every once in a while, like I'll think about something and I'll be like, okay, I got to write a poem about this. And it could be, really silly, really cool, but I'll do it. So I was just wondering, like, what was up your sleeve coming up? That's all.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'd say keep an eye out. Something along those lines will
All right,
be
kiddo. So
coming.
now we have one more of your songs to play.
Yeah.
So, producer, let's play a song. Here we go.
But you never heard old Marshall Dillon say, Miss Kitty, have you ever thought of running away? Settling down, would you marry me? If I asked you twice and begged you pretty please, but she just said yes, and I knew York meant it. And every tied the knot, his heart wasn't in it. He just stole a kiss as he rolled away. He never hung his hat up at Kitty's place. Should have been a cowboy, should have learned to rope and ride, wearing my 6-shooter, riding my pony on the cattle drive, stealing that young girl's heart, just like Gene and Roy, singing those campfire songs. Oh, I should have been a cowboy. Might have had a sidekick with a funny name, running wild through the hills, chasing Jesse James. Ended up on the brink of danger, riding shotgun for the Texas Rangers. Go west, young man. Haven't you been told California's full of whiskey, women and gold, sneaking out all night beneath the desert star, with a dream in my eye and a prayer in my heart. Should have 6-shooter, riding my pony on that cattle drive, stealing that young girl's heart, just like Gene and Roy, singing those campfire songs. Oh, should have been a cowboy.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
Okay. So, I said I love cowboys. Tell us about this song.
Yeah, so I just remember with this one, I picked up the guitar in the studio, and I'd only been playing guitar for I don't know, maybe 3 months, and I just picked it up this year. That's
Oh,
relatively new.
okay.
So I think I'd been playing it for, like I said, maybe 3 months, and
Okay.
as somebody hit record, and I was like, "Ah, I always loved should have been a cowboy. It's one of the most iconic um, Toby Keith songs, dare I say, country songs of all time. And yeah, I picked it up and just kind of started playing it, and somebody hit record. It's not super like produced. It was just literally me and a guitar.
It's very pretty. You did a great job. Okay, you
Thank
did a
you.
great job. So, as far as you playing the
Oop,
guitar now, you've only been
I can't hear you. Sorry.
it's on. Can you hear me now? We're having some tech issues, Ruben. Well, mess around with something. Put it off and put it on again. The mic.
Oop, there we go.
Okay, you can hear me now. Okay. So, okay, so as far as playing the guitar, so I mean, are you happy with where you're at right now, or are you taking lessons, or what's happening with that?
I'm all self-taught.
Okay, very
Uh,
good.
yeah, I'm self-taught on pretty much all my instruments. I've never taken lessons other than vocally to strengthen my voice and train it properly. But no, guitar lessons I've never done. I just have always wanted to play it, and I started learning chords, and now I'm kind of learning picking, and so baby steps. But I'm
Okay,
teaching myself how to do it.
beautiful. Forgive us for the tech issues, guys. We're having a little trouble here today. But so Ryan, I'm going to give you back the mic. We have a few minutes left. I don't want you to forget to talk about anything important that you wanted to talk about. Take the mic.
Thank you so much. First off, again, thank you so much for having me today. It's such a pleasure, and I really enjoy talking to you and being on the show. I would like to extend a thank you over to Paula and Ablaze for all their amazing work, and to the people affected by the hurricanes and these natural disasters around the world right now. My heart is with you. My thoughts and prayers are with you, and I can't wait to. Um, do this show in December, this charity event, to honor you and help raise money to help all of you out there affected by these disasters. So I wanted to make sure I got to say that to all of you because my heart really is with you.
Yes.
These are some hard times, and I do want to also highlight that aside from that event, we'll be doing another show there in Nashville on Friday, December 6th at the Nash House. So be sure to check that out and stay tuned to my social media and my website because I'm going to be sharing information with the dates and times and where I'll be at as soon as I can. So stay tuned on my website and again my Instagram and Facebook. I always am out there sharing where I'll be and what's going on. So make sure you follow me, like my page, and if you're interested in any merch, if you like what you hear, we have shirts and hats and more stuff coming. So be sure to check out the store on my website. You can order your merch right there. So when you come to my show, you can be representing. Um, because that really helps us artists out. Buying our music and our merchandise and coming to our shows, especially coming to the shows, that really makes all the difference to me. It shows me that you're there and you're listening to the songs, and especially that you know the words. I love that. That really warms my heart. So I wanted to make sure to highlight that, and stay tuned because we have I've got a Christmas song that'll be coming out, and I've got another song that'll be debuting early next year. So,
All right. So I'm going to put you on the spot here. Do you ever sing a cappella?
I do.
Okay, so you have a Christmas song coming out. Can you give us just a little bit of it? Debut it right
It,
here.
it's a Christmas cover.
Okay.
It's a Christmas cover.
It's okay.
I I can do this. Yeah. Here we go.
Here we go.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a choir. And folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. There we
So
go.
first of all, I'm giving you a standing ovation from my seat, baby. That was beautiful. You are an old soul. Okay? Oh my gosh, that was so beautiful. Ryan, thank
you.
you. You know, you are one of my faves. I love you. The door is always open. We'll get you back in again in 2025. What you're doing, even for the victims, I mean, absolutely, God bless you. You know, you've got God smiling down at you. Trust me on this one. And again, a thank you to Paula Ann for always connecting me with such incredible people, and especially you. And, you know, I love you. And again, my door is always, always open for you. And that was absolutely beautiful. Thank you for doing that.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you again for having me. It's been such a pleasure.
Amazing. Ruben, take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is it really true? Is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.